Hello, this is eDoc2020, and today we're taking a look at this RF modulator. Where the audio channels have stopped working. So this is an RF modulator used to connect a device with composite video to a TV just as an antenna input. And so I was using this in my last video where I started up the old RCA TV, and I wasn't using the audio function then. And I've since realized that, oops, this is out of frame, the audio inputs aren't working anymore. So, taking a look at this, you can see it's a simple board, very little on the top. Have the jacks, a switch to select termination resistance. Two capacitors, and a third, or whatever. And I have a little 5-volt regulator, 78L05, and PNP transistor, little LED, and of course the modulator can itself. Look on the back here. There are a lot of empty spots here. I'll zoom in a bit and hopefully keep this in frame. Let's just the exposure a bit down. Okay, that should be better. So, if you look at the audio section here, I'll zoom in. Oh, that's out of focus, but it's very simple. You have your two jacks for left and right audio. And you look at the circuit. Is this still? Yeah, it might be hard to see with standard definition, but here's the left one. It comes in on that pin, and then it goes to this 1K resistor onto that trace there. If you look at the right channel, the jack connects to that pin, comes down the trace to this 1K resistor, and goes to the same trace. So you can see this is just actually a mono unit, and they just mix the channels there. And I won't be able to get this on camera, but the problem here is that these pads have broken away from the circuit board. So to fix that, I will solder a bit of wire from the connector pin, and I'll solder it right to, probably to those pads with a little bit of wire. So I guess I'll go get started on that. Okay, so I'm back and I have some supplies to solder that. I have a soldering gun, some solder, little cheap wire strippers, and my messy spool of wire. This is 24 gauge solid wire from some phone cables. what I'll do here is I'll start by I'll strip some of this wire. That's fine. I actually think I nicked the wire, but that's okay. Oops. No, I wasn't thinking enough, so I didn't bring my third hands with me, so I'll just improvise. No idea what I'm doing now. I think I'll start here. That's still in focus. Start with that one's the left. I think I'll stick the wire in there and hold it there. Well, I said hold it there. I have a bit of tape. Should be able to help hold it. I'll actually run this wire across all the connections I'll be making now, and then I'll just cut it once I'm done soldering. That doesn't look quite right. Did that help the focus? I don't really have a high definition viewfinder here. So, soldering gun. Warming up. There's a flux smoke. There's one pin. Or pads, rather. This is really messy, but I don't really care. Solder mask will mask the solder, you can say. And yeah, the other pads here. Just melting the solder on the existing pin. Touching solder to the wire. The flux embedded sucks on. That one's on. Do the same thing here. The angles are a bit different. If I wanted to, I could remove the old pads from the board, because now they're just ugly and floating, but I honestly don't care that much, because it won't make a difference. Now, I can just go cut the excess wire. I said now I can cut the excess wire. And hopefully do the same there. Once again, that's messy, but it's connected. now, I don't know where this glue came from. Actually, I do. It's from there. Now I guess probably test it. So, apparently I stopped recording. I guess I'll hook it up again. Right. Left audio. Here's video. Modulator power. Try to keep that in the shot a bit. Get the TV back on. I don't even need for it to warm up really, because it's all solid state. Here's the test. That works. Now, next step is to reassemble it. Here you have it, one fixed RF modulator. Also, if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Yes, see you next time.